Welcome to Slicing Through the Noise, a leader's story, the podcast that uncovers real stories behind impactful leadership. Join us as we explore how leaders cut through the chaos, master powerful listening, and build cultures of accountability and vision. Whether you're a seasonal executive or an emerging leader, this is your space to learn, grow, and lead with integrity. Let's slice through the noise together. Welcome to Slicing Through the Noise. And my guest today is Gary Marshall, someone who I've spent probably hundreds of hours with, turning his business inside out, but mainly himself and his people. And what a wonderful journey that was. And I'm really excited to have you on the podcast today. And we're going to talk about you, what it takes to lead, what's really been an amazing journey, what's made it absolutely shite at times, what keeps you in there. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. So how about this? Why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself, how you got there, what gives you the right to sit in the seat as the leader at DEM, and and we'll talk about the ups and downs. And I think there are lots of ups and downs in business.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, well, there's a lot there to unpack on that. What gives me the right to be sitting here? I guess the real spark that reacts to that statement is this: that I care about the business and that I care about the future of the business. So, and I care about trying to pull a team and people together to actually get something out of the business too. I want to see the people who get involved and get onto the vision of the business to be there and grow and successful in the business, successful in their own lives. Yeah. So I don't know if that's a right, but it's a reason why I'm here.
Yeah.
My journey into that business and into this industry is a little different in that I'm sitting here running a business. I would never have thought that I'd be sitting here in this position 15 years ago, 20 years ago, or something like that. But life takes its pathways. I started off, I really didn't know what I wanted to do out of school, and coming from a practical family with a father who said, "Oh, get a trade." So get a trade.
Get a trade.
So I left school after the HSC and embarked in an air conditioning apprenticeship, and also took on electrical engineering studies at the same time through it, and just walked that path for the time of completing my apprenticeship and continuing my studies. But I was also very passionate and engrossed in music. And at that time of finishing, I said, no, I'm done with this. And I thought, I'm going down the music path. So I focused on doing music full time and studying with various terrific musicians around Sydney. And then I went off and enrolled in the audition and got into the jazz course down at the Australian ANU.
Yeah, that's huge.
It was a big thing because I was a bit older, and it was I was already in a relationship at the time, and it was, well, I've got to, if I'm going to keep pursuing this, I've got to do this. Yeah. So, but that was terrific, and it was terrific to leave Sydney, and fantastic period of just being immersed in learning and playing, and great people who I studied with, great friends now, and loving that life. Canberra was a great place to study. There was always a lot of work musically around there, so it was good for working. There was good teaching work, and once you got used to how that city worked and the circle of friends and whatnot, it was terrific.
Yeah.
The parallel parts of my life was that when I kept coming back in uni breaks, particularly the end of the year uni break, I'd catch up with Tom, my brother, who was in the fire industry, and he had a similar path that he did electrical trade and mechanical engineering traineeship with Wormold straight out of school. So he was still there and working in the industry, and I guess that practical nature, I could come back in some school holidays and just do some part-time work, make some extra cash, and that was it. That was my life for probably 4 years or so before moving back to Sydney. When I moved back to Sydney, I worked as a musician. I taught, and because guitars are expensive, I started picking up some part-time work with Tom too.
Guitars are expensive. Have you got a collection?
Oh, no. It was something that I used to have a few, but I always found myself looking at guitars I wasn't playing and thinking, what's it doing in a box? So,
what's it doing? This should be in my fingers.
Yeah, that's right. So rather just try and create or focus on one instrument as my voice. That was sort of, it's funny thinking about it. That was a path I was sort of treading for a number of years, and I guess a couple of things came to sort of hit me in that path. Was that Tom had this experience where he got made redundant from where he was working, and I saw him hit pretty hard with that, as far as it was a bit, quite a shock to him. And I was encouraging him always to, why don't you set up your own thing, do your own thing.
Go there.
Yeah. And so he did set something up on the side, and I sort of transferred the sort of part-time work I was doing, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, with another business, and I started helping out Tom. So there was that going on. At the same time, we come from a musical family. Our father was a musician, and so we grew up in that environment. And one of the big influences on me was the drummer, or one of my dad's best mates, who was a drummer, who I had known since, I think they always told the story of me just sleeping underneath or next to his bass drum when I was a bub. So, but he passed away, and it had quite a profound effect on me, because I idolized him. Yeah, he had such a varied life, a full life. He was a lifesaver up on the, weekend lifesaver up on the northern beaches, and a good golfer, amazing drummer, and just a full life. And I saw myself not having as full a life, just being so focused on music all the time. And I wanted to have those other experiences and journeys, and potentially at that time it was like just contemplating a child and things like that. So, and it all sort of coalesced at the same time that Tom proposed me, did I want to get more serious and actually jump in with him? And I did. I just, it was quite a decision which came quite easily, and it was like, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. So there's this wonderful balance that I'm hearing. It's like, and it does, I think there are profound moments in our lives when something happens and we decide to take a left or right-hand turn. And we never, like I often think about it, it's like that constant correcting to what's important to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like having hung around you for a few years, I really get that music's always and still does play a big part in your life. And the extraordinary experience with Tom of building and growing DEM and what that's taken. Because I think it's like a musical tune and it's like playing jazz. You never quite know what the next note's going to be.
I used to joke with myself that it was so similar in that way, that it had you were orchestra, the conductor of an orchestra in a way, and everything would go all over the place. And I used to, it seems silly now, but I used to think, oh, geez, business is easy compared to music. Trying to make money out of music.
Trying to make money out of music. It's like everybody dreams of making it big in music.
Yeah.
And because it's very passion driven, and obsessive.
And for me, I was, I guess the center of my musical love is jazz, and that's probably the least
least
popular music. What did I hear? I heard recently that Taylor Swift, as a genre, is larger than jazz as a genre.
That's a bit scary.
That's right.
It? Like,
yeah.
It takes something to be a jazz player. I mean, there's some lovely jazz bars around Sydney.
Yeah.
And, I'll often go and just sit there and listen. And I'm sure that they're never paid enough money.
I know. No, they're just, I still, I saw Herbie Hancock recently.
Yes.
I think he must have been, I've seen him 4 times over the course of my life. And this time I think must be late 70s or into his early 80s. And the level that he was playing at was just mind-blowing. And
that's extraordinary, really.
Yeah, I think so.
But business is the same thing, it's like you get mastery in what it takes to lead and grow people and change the tune every.
Yeah.
And I think I like that analogy that you've got there, that it actually is almost the same thing. It's like, how do you know where to go next? And what does this conversation now do or not do? Yeah. Or how does it derail the whole tune? Like, what the heck did I just do?
Yeah. And it's always adapting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the same thing. I mean, jazz could teach you that. I don't know if other music does. Does it have more rhythmic things that happen?
I think jazz, for me, it's really the listening. I don't think you listen harder in another form of music than you do in jazz. You really have to be listening to everybody individually in the ensemble and as an ensemble as a whole to really hear what's going on and reacting in the moment.
I am having this wonderful picture of what that's like leading DEM. You've got an ensemble. Yeah. And your job is listen to everybody and know where to shift and move it now. And then when you don't listen and what happens, how the wheels fall off for you and you go, how did that happen?
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
Like, how did we get here?
Again.
Yeah. I'm just loving this whole, like it is like the tune of your life. Hey, the song, the way in which you actually have put it together and melded two passions, right?
Yeah.
And put them together. And I think that both feed us. They feed our souls.
Yeah.
Yeah. They feed our minds and they also feed our pockets. What a good thing. right? And I think sometimes, like one of my mentors said to me 40 years ago, he said, find what you love, Jennifer, and go and do that. And someone will pay you a lot of money to do it. And I went, yay, let's do that. And then, he gave us this exercise. I don't know if I gave you guys this exercise of your great auntie just died and left you $15 million. And the only way you could inherit it is if you got up every day of your life and you did something that you loved doing. And it couldn't be a charity or anything like that. It had to be something that made a difference in the world and grew people, that kind of thing. And, I did that exercise in my late 20s. And I wrote down exactly what I've been doing for the last 36 years.
Yeah, right.
So I often think that when people are floundering and like when your people, write it down. What the hell is it that you want? So it's a big thing to give up one passion, jump in with Tom, go, I'm going to go and grow this business. Yeah. Literally, both of you, I know that you grew it from nothing.
Yeah, there was only 8 or so people when I got involved full time. Yeah. And then we've had significant, large growth year to year. And I guess it all seemed pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last 5 years haven't been really. Yeah, they've been tough.
They've been tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I keep telling myself at the moment or in this last sort of period of time, it's like, okay, this is what it is to be going through tough times.
Yes. Or remember the hard thing about hard things, right? What the heck,
Yeah.
And you did experience this extraordinary growth and development, etc. So the question that'd be interesting for us to explore is, this challenge of actually reinventing the business is what I think you're doing. Yeah. Like, what is the challenge or the thing that you missed or that you didn't take action on early enough? And I think it's probably one of the biggest issues when we're leading and growing businesses, the little things we walk past.
Yeah. It's always about the people, particularly in our business. It's
your business is built on those.
It's built on people, and we're a service business in that we're delivering service to through our guys in the field, and they're the front door of the business. And what you walk past are everybody in the business that supports that, and what the culture of that everybody else and the business is that actually props up that guy who's at the field.
Yeah. And what it takes to actually hold someone in the face of the client.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge. So what do you think you missed? What are the things that you let go of or didn't actually drive to conclusion? Here's a go. True confessions.
Yeah. I think I've walked past people who we've had in the team who weren't aligned with what we're ultimately trying to do, and you walk past that. Oh yeah, they're okay.
Yeah,
they're okay, but ultimately it erodes the rest of the team.
Say more about that. As a leader, you don't want to not believe in this person. They've been around forever, right? They could be even a good mate now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now they're not performing at the level that the business has now achieved. What does that do to any organisation, whether it's yours or someone else's? Talk to the leaders that are going to listen to this podcast.
Well, I guess the first thing is that everybody already knows it.
Yes. Aha.
Everybody
So everyone's watching this.
Everybody's watching. Everybody already knows that the business is frustrated with, what's happening over here in this area of the business. And they're always, how many times after sorting out, whether it be sorting somebody out of the business, it's like then everybody's relieved and telling you that.
Aha.
Yeah.
That's a big one. It's like we go through this agony of not making the call.
Yeah.
It affects everyone around them and the entire business, and everybody knows, oh my God, the emperor's got no clothes. Right? No, he has. He's got his birthday suit on.
Yeah. So we have, and I guess our situation is common either outside of our industry too, that we have a massive skill shortages and people know it. So you're not moving, or you're trying to cajole or work people through it because what's next, as far as skills and bring people into those roles. Yeah. But it really, it's the time frame, I think. Yeah. I think it's the
length of time that you spend
trying to
in the doldrums, attempting in some way to appease the person who can't give you what you want.
Yeah.
Have you ever found this? I mean, I have as well, is they don't want to and they become belligerent about it. And then they use whatever system is in place to beat us up as leaders. And then we go to bed and feel bad.
Yeah. Yes.
You wake up in the middle of the night and you go, oh no, there they are again, like an alien on my face.
Yes. But, look, yeah, I mean, that'd be the biggest thing that I'd say that
the length of time,
been my own growth to really sort of try and push myself to, don't let it linger and go on. Yeah.
So what piece of advice would you be giving to leaders that are facing that today, given what it's cost you to actually drag your feet?
It's about everybody else in the business.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So the frustration of a role, an individual in the business, and trying to work that, it's all about the rest of the team, and to keep them and to make progress and build them, you've got to act quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the acting quicker, I think, is the thing, because like I often relate it to, can we cut hard, cut fast, cut clean? Because we wouldn't go and have someone operate on us with a dirty scalpel, and yet we use a dirty scalpel or guitar that's not in tune, let's say, and then wonder why the music doesn't come out the way we want, and we pretend that isn't what's happening.
Yeah. And then you're asking extra of the rest of the team.
Yes.
Because you've got to bridge this gap, or pull it. People make up the difference in a way. They've already been doing it, but you've got to get in closer, or with the rest of the team.
Yeah. And they become resentful about that too.
Yeah.
And we create that cone of silence about what's actually happening. Don't talk to me about it because I don't want to know about it. And it's like, are we insane?
Yeah.
It's like let's all pretend this isn't happening. The guitar is tuned up and don't tell me it's not.
Yeah. I think the other thing about it though is unless you're really talking with everybody in the team, there's so many times where somebody will grab you and they'll be unaware as well.
Mm.
They'll be unaware of like reading what's been going on in the business. So that always, which just means I'm walking around in my own head too much. You know, like
it's a dangerous place to walk around, you know, in our heads.
Like, okay.
Because we make up good stories.
Yeah.
Most of them are nightmares. Like, what's going to happen here? Cool. So would you say that's one of the biggest mistakes you've made in actually leading and growing the business is the length of time?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
That, you know, if you cut it faster, you probably wouldn't spend so long in the pain of it all.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I think empowering it's empowering the other managers in the business to be on board with the same the same sort of radar and you know, this is what we need to do.
Yeah. You know, the piece of work that you guys did around creating the vision and values for DEM, how has that become a tool in getting people back on track? So, you know, uncompromising in our commitment to fire safety. Like, what does that actually mean inside of your business?
I remember when we went through the process of developing the values with you, Jennifer, and I think one of the key or the animated sessions at the end of it, where you clearly said to us, to the leadership team, Tom and myself, and you said, "Okay, terrific. Here are your values. That's great. Now don't tell anybody about it."
Go live it.
Yes, got to live it until you start, making grand statements. Oh, here's our values for the business. Here's the vision for the business. I think that's very true. It's until the values are inside us, and until we started actually just injecting a relating point, a relationship to those values in every conversation with everybody. And tying that with our vision statement of uncompromising, it only then became the point where the business had some, a linchpin or something like that to hang on to, and for all our conversations with people and teams, relating it back to those statements. This is what it is. This, these values, where that's what it means in this moment. Yeah.
And this is where something's missing, or where someone's done a really amazing job at demonstrating that value or the vision in what they say. I think one of the most powerful conversations is one that I had with you and Tom, when Tom said that he used it to chide someone on what they had done on a job. And he simply said to the guy, "How is what you just did uncompromising in fire safety?" And the guy got it like that. So I think that's the tough part. Like, how do we live, eat, breathe, sleep, these fundamental parts of who we are? And how does that make a difference for you in how you make decisions? So let's talk about decision making. That horrible thing. How does your core values and that vision guide your decisions?
I think it's probably simpler than you would think. It really just becomes this point of reference to go back to about every decision. How's this work? How's this work against the values? How does this work against the vision of the business? I think the other thing that helped me was creating this, I don't know, fictitious sort of object in my mind of DEM being this creature, or, like, a separate creature that was over there. I wasn't part of this, organization. This was this creature that I had to protect and look after. So related the values to, well, if I'm looking after that and these values look after that, what's this decision?
Nice. So it actually keeps you aligned to what's the role of the leader. The role of the leader is to actually protect and guide the business and ensure that the vision daily is being accomplished. I think that's a huge conversation. Like, what's your job? And who do you want people to be loyal to? And given that we all have feet of clay, we've got a bit of a problem, right? So talk about, like, the vision and the values of the business are like this creature that you've created, and it says, I'm in service to that, because as leaders, the only thing we'll guarantee is we're going to get it wrong. We're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Right? Guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think I have to go there then. Like, our values for our business are very clear on how we deliver the journey of service. Service is a bit like it's a bit like a restaurant, that every day you're starting from scratch again.
Yes.
Every day something may have broken somewhere, and it's an emergency, and everybody's demanding, get this back online now.
Get this sorted.
Get this sorted now.
Yeah.
So you never feel that you're just, it's cruising. Yeah. So our values of passion, particularly for us, was for us the distinction was enthusiasm for the journey. Just to really enjoy it. That every day is chaos, but enjoy it.
Enjoy the chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even in the pain, I think, and the things that are tough, you can actually enjoy, like, hey, hang on a second, we hung in there.
Yes. Yeah.
We did what was necessary. So tell me how you're building, like, I know that you've done some clean sweeping in the business, right? And you've kind of like cleaned house, I'd say, and gone, enough of this now.
Yeah.
Okay. I think as a leader, sometimes we get enough of ourselves and then we go, God, done. I'm done with this. So how do you build a great culture using the tools that you now have?
I think it's being connected and spending more time with people, and constantly spending, more time, constantly spending time with people. As leaders, Tom and I think for too many years, too many decisions were being made by us.
Okay, so that's part of the culture building.
It's part of the culture building. Yeah. Even as a recent change, we would do the budgets. We would sit and plan the next year and look at all that financial goings on. But it really, what became clear was that we weren't really empowering managers of our departments if we weren't making them do it.
Yeah.
and be.
So they don't own the money. They don't own this number.
They get given targets and the what's what from us, and it's a big lesson, I think, for us in realizing that we need people who want to take this responsibility and ownership, and we can't be talking about people not having responsibility and then not giving them it.
Nice. So that whole distinction of moving that target and going, hang on a second, if I want them to do it, I've got to give them the opportunity to demonstrate something.
Yeah.
Right.
And look, I think that's a big one for the leaders, right?
Yeah.
For the leaders, and a big shift for us, and a learning for us.
So you know that moment when you say, okay, here's what happened last year. Tell us what your budget needs to be for this year, and then, give them some guidance or support. Let them do it. What does that do to you in that moment? And then you worry about it. Tell us about that.
There's multiple aspects to it. For individuals who are less experienced with the process, it gives me a great sense that you can see them growing.
Yeah.
And you can see this is something new. How to let's walk them through and help them, and having the right people in the team. We've got a great finance manager currently, and his ability to really get into the team and work in the business departments, like in the operations, has been a real asset to the business. So
that's a change for
that's
you
a big
guys.
change. Yeah,
that's massive.
Yeah, so for him to work with our projects manager and really be part of the growth of that project manager, that's terrific. Then for our recent last year service manager who's come into the business, who straight away you could see wants that responsibility and was acting on the responsibility from day one. And so that was a very clear distinction, and it was a really clear, evidence to myself that it's like, oh, okay, this is the right person.
Yeah.
So it's confidence inspiring, and it's like, okay, this is the right path. We're heading here. Yeah.
And, as you're choosing new people to come into that senior leadership team, and I know, there's wholesale change there.
Yeah.
When, the previous conversation that we had is like how long we take when we know someone's not right, and then we pretend that isn't what's going on. As you've brought in these new people, I just hear you talking about them, your whole sense is different. So their contribution to your culture is laying what for you now? What are they doing that gives you confidence that you'll pull out of the hole that you dug for yourself? I know it's a horrible thought, hey? But we actually dig the hole ourselves.
Yeah, they're owning what the business is about. And if it's all layers, isn't it? And one of the impetus that why we actually, I think Tom reached out to you, Jennifer, those years ago, was that there was a sense that Tom and I weren't having the impact in the business. With the number of people in the business, we just felt that we got to a place of 80 or so employees, and it was just things were being done how we wouldn't do them. And
well, that's a good statement. Things were being done the way we wouldn't do them.
Yeah.
And you did what about that?
Well, then we realised, this this is the culture that's grown in the business, and how do we change that? So we need more people who are aligned to be working the culture or working the way we want things to do, the uncompromising vision of the business. We need more people aligned who want to live that in the business. And I think if that's what we're trying to do with the leadership team, and that's the changes that we come and go in the leadership team are about finding those same people, because they're the pillars.
Yes.
They're the pillars in the business to then spread and, work and bring the rest of the teams and people into the culture. Yeah.
It's a little bit like, if we don't find those pillars, what happens? Like, what happens if you can't find those people who are stalwart, raving fans of that
it
vision?
Drifts.
Yeah.
It just drifts. And, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. Free range.
Let's just do free ranging. We're going to be on a cattle farm now. Gone from music to cattle farms and back again to buildings and saving them from fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just don't have enough people steering.
Yeah.
This is what it is. This is what we do here. This is what the expectation is here, and that's the business needs that from multiple, everybody, as many people as possible.
It can't only be you and Tom.
That's right. Yeah.
Because it's not going to work.
Yeah, and you always, as owners in the business, you'll come up against the people want to tell you what they think you want to hear.
Yes.
But the same message coming from somebody else who's not an owner is more powerful in setting, as is powerful in setting the culture.
Yeah. So that truth saying, like, tell me the truth, don't tell me what you think I want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that, not only from your own personal experience, but when people do that inside of a business, what does it do to the business?
It just sets up a false nature of the business of what of the culture, and people can't be real. People don't have a closeness with each other if that's going on.
Yeah. So that cultural norm then becomes the thing, right? Don't tell Gary what he actually needs to hear.
Yeah.
Butter it up for him and sprinkle, put icing on a mud pie. Offer him the chocolate cake. And he wonders what he's eating.
Oh, look. I think then you always have, there's been, I remember there was a chap in the business a little while ago now, every morning, how you going? And a sensational. And I was like,
you
really?
want to vomit?
Yeah.
Sensational. Give me a break.
So there's a daily, really?
Yeah. So that, like when people can be authentic and vulnerable and open with you, what does it do to you as a leader?
Well, it allows me. It's two-way.
Yeah.
It's two-way. It allows me to be completely open. Yeah.
And what does that give the business in the long run?
Gives the business power and muscle. It just because then it can act. It can react to situations, and people will pull in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Like what you just said there. Like they can respond in a different way.
Yeah.
If it's safe here to actually let people know how really tough or hard it is, or that I'm really having a great day and it's not always sensational. When people do that to me, I just about want to lose my nut, right? It's like, everything's great. Really?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think so. And it's not like I'm a misery guts either.
No.
You're not a misery guts.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just simply life. I think life isn't like that. Business isn't like that. Growing people isn't like that.
No.
There's more downs than there are ups. And you've got to know that if you're up here and it was fantastic today, you know, the downward spiral is happening, and then you go here and then you go up again.
Yeah, great.
And it's how long do you spend, you know, down here or up there without examining what the hell is going on. Like, someone save me from happy, clappy, dolphin kissing crystal gazers.
Yes.
Right? It's like, someone save me from them. Because, you know, like someone said, I am in the happiness business. What?
Yeah.
What does that even mean, Gary? It's like, well, I think I'm happy, right? Even when I'm sad. That's a bit right, isn't it?
I just want to be there when you arrive at that's what the business I'm in.
The business of this woman said to me, I'm in the business of happiness. What? What does that even mean?
Yeah.
I think, well, how about we explore a little bit? Like, you've had these moments of absolute wonder in the business when, you know, it just was in sync and it went really well. How long did it really last?
Ooh. It's funny. I think you can look back at the first sort of 10 years of the business, and you can look back at it fondly and say, oh, we were just like growing crazy, and everything seemed easy. But I don't think at any stage it's all, what's that saying, beer and Skittles. There's always something.
Yeah.
Even in, you know, in that period, there's always been something that's is a pain in the ass. Can I say that?
Yeah. So I heard this recently, and I really liked it. It's in a book that I read called The Finite and Infinite Game. And James Cruz said, success traps us in the past. Yeah. And what it does is we keep chasing that. Yeah. Instead of looking at using what we got there and building on it. Like when people it should still be doing that, shouldn't it? Like, you did so well, and
yeah.
You couldn't put a foot wrong, you guys.
Margin was fantastic.
Yeah. Everything was great.
Yeah.
Then boom, what the hell? Yeah. So it's like there are moves that you made back then that worked.
Yep.
What are you discovering now?
I'm discovering now that we have to be so much more switched on as a business. We need to be far more really tuned to efficiency and productivity as a business, because the market for us, the margins have got harder. So, and we operate with quite a high cost base.
Well, you've got high fixed overheads.
Yeah.
People are high fixed overheads.
That's right. And when, and this has been probably the last 12, 18 months particularly, when you're not achieving what you need to achieve financially, your targets with a high cost, it hits you really quick. And that's been the biggest lesson for me in this period of time has just been how quickly it's you can rush to not making money.
Yeah. Yeah. Quick rush to the bottom.
Yep.
Hard climb to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're at the top of your game. You're not at the bottom and you're correcting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing that most people don't get. Don't crash and burn right now. No, what do we need to do that's different?
Yeah.
And that's hard because now what you got you to where you were is not going to get you to the next peak.
Yeah. Yeah.
And discovering what that is. So let's start. What I'm interested in is that if you were talking to the young leader of 10, 12 years ago, what advice would you give those leaders today that are coming up through the journey that you've been through and the learnings that you've had? What's the salient piece that you'd tell them? Do this when you're leading people.
I think you've got to, I'd recommend have an external point for conversation. And I think I'm in a forum group through the FBA, and I think it's 2 years, two and a bit years now for me. And that has been just a significant space to go to because we refer to it as the mastermind group. And for myself, when I stepped into the role of MD at the business, and Tom was sort of transitioning and went away sailing.
He went off sailing into the wild yonder, literally.
Which is what we want. I think having this other source of knowledge through people who have had the same experience there has been invaluable.
Yes.
It's been the real crutch, and whether that is also through a group like that forum group for me or through individual coaching to lean on. I think having that that conversation that is outside of the business, I think is invaluable to okay, what am I getting wrong here? Yeah. What should I do? Yeah.
I mean, like family business is, so for those listeners, there's an organisation in Australia called Family Business Australia, and that's how I met Gary and Tom, because we're members as well as a family business. Those forum groups are extraordinary.
Yeah.
They actually keep you, and also there's people there that literally have been through what any of us are going through, and they don't let you get away with nonsense.
Yeah. And it's... business is, we're talking about this business, but the forum group is equally about their personal life, and keeping the balance there, the issues that are occurring in your personal life and managing that with the work business. It's all the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same journey.
Well, you're not a different person.
No. And you can't just switch it off.
Yes.
Because it comes to work, and to me that would be the greatest piece of advice. Tom and I shared an office for 15, 20 years, and we would bounce off each other, constantly with decisions and what's going on over here, and talk it through and everything like that. So having somebody else outside of the business, if you don't have that inside the business with a brother is, I think when it comes down to it, family, he and I are just the right age gap, I think, that we have a great relationship in being able to work with each other. Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge thing, like working in a family business and working with your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's lots of businesses like that. As you know, I work with my son. And, what makes it work? What do you think makes it work if you are going to work with your family or relatives in any way, shape or form, or your best friend.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you think are really important if you're going to do that?
I mean, for us, I come back to the first time that we really had to deal with the dynamics of being a brother or brothers outside of where we grew up, in the room we grew up in as kids, right? So 6 years between Tom and myself, and if being the younger brother, I was always on the bottom, the bottom end.
I was at the bottom area.
So those dynamics, they're there whether you want to acknowledge it or not. So when the first time we really started having some arguments in the business, which we could then realize wasn't about that, about being kids again, and it wasn't the end of our relationship as brothers.
Yeah.
I think that was when we clearly recognized, okay, that's good.
Yes.
Because
it's actually healthy.
Yeah, that's right. We've got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So having those fights about what's important. It's not about being the younger brother. No. I'm talking about this business.
Yeah.
I'm talking about our ongoing relationship. That takes something, Gary. It doesn't just happen. Like my son and I fight, as I've told you guys many times.
Yeah.
We don't agree on everything. And, you know, he's young and I'm an old grey-haired old lady and all that, right? And yet the most wonderful thing has been the moments when people from actually FBA and his forum group go, one young man said to me, I wish I could talk to my dad now that he's taken over the business about my dad the way Jay talks about you. And that just brought tears to my eyes, right? Because I went, like, him and I made that happen. It didn't just happen.
Yeah.
Your relationship with Tom and it's inside of that, you know, grist in that mill, like really grinding it down to find flour. What does it take? You know, and you can't walk away from the things that are irritating you that you can't fight about, especially in family business.
Yeah.
And I see it a lot in family business. We've worked in a lot of family businesses, and some of the dynamics just leave me with, whoa, do they even care about each other?
Yeah, you do hear some stories.
Yeah. And yet you and Tom have been able to work it out.
Yeah.
So what is it about you as a person that you take that also into your relationships with your people, your willingness to hold fast?
Good listening. You know, I want to listen.
Yeah. You're willing to.
Yeah.
Cool. So, thank you for being here.
Oh.
It's a delight to talk to you again. I know you spent a number of years together talking a lot and coming back to it after a number of years. Thank you.
No, thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good? Yep.
You have other questions you want me to ask?
Just sign out.
Okay, sign out. What do I just say again?
I really enjoyed last time, so just cover off what you, the main thing
Yeah.
got out of today, and then subscribe, leave a review, leave a comment.
Okay. How do I start again? What do I say?
To all the viewers.
Okay, that's right. I need the words.
To all the viewers and listeners out there,
Yeah.
I found this conversation insightful,
Yeah.
interesting, and inspirational.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you to all you viewers that have sat through and listened to what Gary had to say about what it takes to grow a business and the ups and downs of it. If there's any part of this that it really resonated with you, make a comment, click that subscribe button and like this video. And know that being a business that's been around for over 20, 30 years doesn't just happen. The Gary Marshalls of this world don't just grow on trees. They make themselves the fruit of the tree that they planted. And if you liked it, please let us know.